my friend. It is a Saturday morning at 9:39 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am doing my live stream the way I normally do it, so I'm confident you can hear me and I'm confident you can see me. I'll play around with that new setup later on today when I get back. I wanted to do a live stream to make sure that we stay focused on positivity and optimism and not blindly because, hey, content gamer. First, no, I will do a live stream. I'm glad you're here. I'm so glad you're here. Good morning. I did one at the computer. You're right. I did one at the computer and I have this new little like camera thing. And then I actually played around with it at first on Patreon and then I couldn't hear anything. And I was like, ugh, what am I doing wrong? I mean, you're a content gamer. You can come here and set this stuff up for me. You know what you're doing. I wanted to jump on and do a quick live stream. I will be out for most of the day, but I'll be back. And I wanted to create a live stream with some positivity. Last week, I found myself complaining a lot. And I just felt like I need to kind of reset the way I'm thinking, reset what I'm focusing on, because there's a lot of good and a lot of positive and a lot of wonderful things that are happening that I should focus on that, but I wasn't focused on that. I was complaining. And then, you know, the news, of course, a lot of stuff has been on the news lately that can really make people feel hopeless for the future. And so I wanted to create a live stream to remind people that most people are good and that there is a lot of good in the world that we need to focus on. Because if we're turning to the news and media to get an idea of what the whole world looks like, it's not a correct picture. It's actually completely wrong. There's a lot of good things happening. The world is a good place. Most people are good. And we need to remind ourselves of that. An affirmation to be calm. Yes. Yeah, that's a great one. Yes. I remain calm during challenging times. I remain calm during challenging times. I remain calm during challenging times. I like that one. Thank you. I appreciate you giving me that affirmation because I think I need it. I think I need it too. So thank you. If there's an affirmation you want to hear, something that you're struggling with, if you're comfortable, thank you. I appreciate you saying that. If you're comfortable saying it, please do so. Content gamer, I'm so grateful you're here. That is an affirmation that I need to be calm during challenging times. I am for the most part in some areas of my life, in most areas of my life, but then there's a couple things that come up through the day or the week or the month that I can see where I need to improve. So I appreciate that affirmation because I do need to stay calm during challenges and times. And I am very solutions focused, which serves me quite well. I wasn't always like that, but focusing on the solution is a really great thing to train your mind to do. Never follow what bullies say. Exactly. Oh, it's funny that you said that. Never follow what bullies say because, I've had some small examples when I was younger of things. I wouldn't necessarily call it bullying. I think there's way worse things that happen now, but I've had some people, hey, how are you? Oh, Dovey, I haven't forgotten your request. I know what your request is, and I'll get to it, I promise. I'm just trying not to buy anything right now. That's, not an absolute necessity. So yeah, I think that we need to Content Gamer says, hi, Dovey. So sweet. You guys are so good to each other. And I appreciate that. This is a perfect example. When I say that most people are good, you guys are a perfect example of that, where we're here to spread joy and positivity and ideas and insights. And that's what this channel is about. So we shouldn't listen to what bullies say. And there was a session that I went to and I wanted to create a video about it. And it was where a gentleman said, we take the fruit and we throw away the peel. His name is David Guillaume. And he said, we take the fruit and we throw away the peel. So when people say something or when we come across something, content, conversations, you could take the fruit, which means take the valuable idea or concepts from it and throw away the rest. Throw away the peel. Take the fruit and throw away the peel. Take what means something to you. Because sometimes, I mean, I've been in a position where I wouldn't want to call him a bully, but somebody said something that hurt initially, but it taught me something about myself. And sometimes we can hear things that hurt, but maybe there's a piece of value in it. Not to say that they're right, but maybe there's something that you can learn from that. Maybe there's something you can tweak or improve. And sometimes through challenges, I've said this before, and sometimes through maybe hurtful statements that sting a little bit at the beginning, maybe we could learn something about it, maybe about others, about ourselves, how we can handle it. Did this bring up an emotion in us? Why did it bring up an emotion? If someone said something, oh, you're so sweet, Dovey, I appreciate that. If someone says something that really, really stirs up an emotion in us, we should ask ourselves why. Like if someone was to say like, oh, Robin, you are, you treat people like crap or something. It wouldn't actually hurt my feelings. It wouldn't hurt one bit. It's almost like I'm so confident that it's not true that it wouldn't even it would just bounce off me. So when someone says something that does impact you, ask yourself why. Dig into that deeper a little bit. Yes, my name is Robin. Yeah, absolutely. But I'm okay with, it's Robin. Robin is the real spelling of my name. My name is Robin from Ontario, Canada, and you spelt it right. Content Gamer, Robin is the right way. But Dovey's been supporting, and I'm really grateful for that. Batman and Robin, absolutely. I usually say that. Hello, good morning from Ontario, Canada. Whenever I'm talking to clients or somebody, they're like, oh, what's your name? And oh, it's Robin, like Batman and Robin, I always say. And where is Batman? Where is Batman when we need him, right? Maybe we all have a little Batman in us. And when things are tough around us, we can kind of dig into our inner Batman and side with good and side with positivity and hope and optimism. I mean, I imagine that's what Batman's for, but I don't know a lot about it, if I'm being honest. But what I do know is the world needs some more positivity and hope and a reminder that most people are good. And that when we catch ourselves in a mental frame, hello, Burrito Boy, and Gamelander. Oh, wow, there's a few of you in here. I'm so grateful. Toronto all day. Yeah, I'm in Ontario, Canada, just north of Toronto. It should be only an hour drive north of Toronto, but with Toronto traffic, I'll tell you, things take a while. So yeah, I just want you to know that this is a space here. This is a channel where there's going to be a little fun, some insight, some positivity. Hello. Oh, look, Content Gamer says hello to the new people here on the stream. There's 10 of you at this exact moment, and the numbers keep ranging, which is really, really interesting. And I know that I'm not for everyone, and this content isn't for everyone, but if you ever need a dose of positivity or some insights or some affirmations or things that are just silly and fun and cute, that's what this purpose of this channel is. I don't take myself too seriously, but like I said, I've been noticing this past week, I've complained more than I like. And complaining is focusing and worshiping on the problem, not the solution. Oh, Adon09 says, are you on OnlyFans? Not yet. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not on OnlyFans. Free America on AIPAC. I'm not sure what that is, Father F. But no, I'm not on OnlyFans at the moment. Right now I'm on YouTube. And who knows where that leads me. I'm not sure if OnlyFans is... I don't know about OnlyFans. I thought that it was more adult content. So It's definitely not necessarily in line with what I do, but I don't know about OnlyFans, so I can't really speak to it much. I'm not the right person to share insights on it, but I'm definitely not there at the moment. And but thank you for asking. I'm glad you're here, regardless. I'm glad you're here because I want you to know that you're a good person and good things are on its way to you. I think sometimes we get caught up in all the negativity, and we need that reminder, folks, that good things are meant for you too. And if you feel like you have bad luck or things never work out for you, I need you to stop saying that. You promise me right now in the comments that if you ever use the word I have bad luck or things never work out for me, promise that the last time you said it was the last time you'll ever say it, because it's not true. It's really, really not true. So let's see. R&R says 1 liter of warm wiener milk is like $10 in our country. Well, that's quite interesting. I am not familiar with this stuff, but hey, look, KR says stay positive. Absolutely. And then we've got another question again about wiener milk. I think I know where you're going with this. And so I'm going to bypass that one. Because the truth is, when you're on a live stream, isn't it interesting that we actually get to choose what we read? Ah, it comes from men. Gotcha. I think I know what you're talking about. Um, $10 in my country is like 50. Ring it. It's the money from my country. Oh, your money is called Ring It. I hope I'm saying it right. Hi from Texas. Hey, look, Enter TX Oil is from Texas and he's new here, he or she. I'm not sure. So forgive me if I use the wrong vocabulary. Oh, do you know how to struggle with procrastination? Like how to avoid procrastination? They say, and again, I'm not an expert, but they say procrastination has to do with some sort of fear or some sort of lack of desire, right? It's if you're procrastinating on a task, it's either because it's too hard and you don't know where to start, or it's boring and you don't want to do it. So, oh, look, Content Gamer saying hi. Hi, you guys are so amazing. Oh, my live today is about keeping hope alive for the future and positivity and positive affirmations. I've got a little singing bowl here. I don't know if you can see it. If you're new to the channel, you've never seen that before here with me. This is a singing bowl where I say some affirmations, like the things we need to hear. Yay, yeah, Content Gamer. Oh my God, Content Gamer is my advocate. Content Gamer says she makes affirmations and abundance and positivity. Yes, this is the channel where we can learn to stay positive, remind ourselves that we're worth it, that things are possible for you too. I used to have a fixed mindset and never believed any of the stuff that I'm saying now. And once I started working on my mindset, I've literally been able to transform my life. And my goal is to not only share that, but to keep going, to recognize areas that I need to work on still, because there are areas. Kids in war-torn countries, we live over, yeah. Have you seen so many kids there have their parents obliterated? So jolly watch them live and maybe their lives won't seem so whatever. I mean, yeah, there's absolutely a lot of things that are going on in the world. Oh, nice. Energy has friends with singing bowls. That's great. Yeah, one view now. The numbers change. One time it said 34, then it went to 9 and 10 and 3. The numbers keep changing. Yes, kids in war-torn countries, awful. And I wish that the circumstances in the world were difficult, or excuse me, were different and not difficult for families and children. We would never want that. But the truth is that with all the terrible things going on in the world, there's equally good things. And we have no choice but to focus on something, right? That's how the brain works. We're always thinking. We're thinking beings, aren't we? We have an awareness, we have a consciousness. And unless we're actively doing something, you know, reading a book, working on something, we're going to be in our minds and in our thoughts. So ask yourselves, are the thoughts that are on repeat in your mind, are they serving you? Are they making you feel like you can find solutions to your problems, figure things out? Are they hopeful, or do you have problems and issues on a loop in your mind? Because I've been there too. I've been there too. Yeah, do something about it. Yeah, absolutely. We can all do something to uplift others. Some of us have more capacity with voting. We have a platform. Yeah, if you have a platform where you can bring positivity and encouragement to others, absolutely. I feel like that's what this platform allows me to do too. Keep it lighthearted as well. Yeah, the psychosis in general isn't great. The world is a mess. Hypersensitivity and entitlement, absolutely. Too much division and not enough unity. We need to evolve fast. Yeah. Um, I'm not familiar with those names, content gamer. I think Drake I've heard of. But absolutely, you're right. The world is full of we could be regularly reminded of all the terrible things if you turn on the news and stuff, and people can't have differences of opinions whether you agree with someone or not. Violence is never the answer, war is never the answer. We need to focus on more peace for sure, and we all have a small role to play. Some of us have more power than others. And you might feel, yeah, 36 years old, male, and you feel like things are effed up. Yeah, for sure. And, I have moments of feeling like that too sometimes. And then, then you kind of get a little taste of what's really going on in the world. Like someone was saying earlier, there's kids in war-torn countries. There's people that have lost family members that have passed away, people that have lost their jobs, they're losing their house. There's so much of that. And if we can just hang on to what is working in our lives right now, if you have access to the internet and Wi-Fi like you do here, I know you do if you're on this. There's 9 of you. Oh, it went to 17. That'll drop soon. Hi, my name's Robin. If you have access to the internet, folks, you have access to readjust your algorithms to find positivity. If you keep getting fed on your YouTube channel or on your social media platforms stories of hate, anger, and frustration, you can start seeking out uplifting content, start liking uplifting content, and your algorithms will change. Oh, I missed some stuff here. You're ever thinking that fish is not thinking big picture? Come fast. That's an interesting name. I'm not sure. I don't think a lot about fish, but thinking big picture, I like that. I definitely like that. Hey, things I see is here. Hi. Please don't go on the internet. Yeah, the internet. Listen, for me, my algorithms make me feel like possibilities and abundance are everywhere. So we cannot necessarily blame the internet or blame the algorithms. We have to take some responsibility with the content that we're choosing to watch, follow, listen to, and like. We have to take that responsibility because there's endless stuff in each direction. If you were to scroll through my algorithms, I wonder if I should, oh my God, you gave me a good idea. Thank you. I should take a screen recording of when I flip through my YouTube so you guys can see what my YouTube feed feeds me and what comes up on my stuff. And then you can say, well, hey, that's totally different than what I'm getting. Why is that? Because the algorithms are a reflection of the things that we're interested in reading and learning and talking about right now. So if you want to change that, my friend, you can. I promise you, you can. It's going to take some intentional, actionable steps on your part. So, oh, your big cousin just lost her job. I'm so sorry to hear that. I mean, that's a really tough one. I know someone that just lost their job as well, and that can feel like a really low point. And I just said, stay strong. Just know that these are all stories one day, folks. All these tragedies and things that happen in our lives and sadness and overcoming it, as long as you've lived through it, it later on, once you've processed it, becomes a story that you tell of how you got stronger or what you learned from it or how you were able to help someone else or an understanding that you came to about yourself. It really is true. And it might not feel like that in the moment. Oh my gosh. So Energy Text Oil says, like that woman in Charlotte, how the hell did nobody back her up or attend to her wounds? Too many scared Karens, even men. See, I'm not sure about that. I didn't hear about that woman in Charlotte, but it does sound like it wasn't handled properly. And that's really unfortunate. I think we should look at people as humans first, regardless of what they believe in. Again, I don't know the story, so I don't know the circumstances, but if somebody's hurt, I could tell you right now they need help, right? And that's just basic. That's basic human 101. Doesn't matter what they think, what they believe. If someone's hurt, we help them, right? And I know you folks here on this platform are like-minded people and you want hope for the future. Oh, hello from Greece. Lampros Larissa from Greece. Oh my God, my husband's Greek, my last name's Greek. And one day I will be in Greece. I've never been there. Content Gamer says that they feel the world is negative and hateful. Absolutely, I can see why you'd say that. The moment I turn on the news, I feel it too. It actually feels icky. My husband tends to start the day with the news on. And I have to say, okay, I think we've heard enough. It's on repeat now. And then I switch it to a healing frequency or something I want to learn about, or I go on YouTube and there's like images of health and prosperity and wellness with like a nice, soft healing frequency. I end up just changing it to that. But I can see why you feel like the world is that way. But remember, we control the stuff we think about and what we talk about and what we follow. And I encourage you to seek things that make you feel empowered. Let's see the things I see. Oh, I'm trying to post daily. Yes, because you have that channel. I remember you have that channel about traveling. Megan McCabe says frig, but in a more adult way. Hi, Megan. I'm glad you're here. Yeah, 100% gamer, but we need to change that. People like you and me. Exactly. See, energy and content gamer. People like you can change it, because remember, folks, we have a ripple effect. We have a ripple effect. So one kind gesture that you do on the phone, on an email, in person, it actually has a ripple effect. They say it affects 5 more people. So you could do one nice thing for one person, and then the 5 people that are around in their life will feel that, and it pays it forward, folks. You could pay it forward. Just search good things, Jay says. Okay, just search good things. And I was watching Twitch streams and fails, and all of a sudden I'm thrown something completely different. Yeah, it's going to take some time to change your algorithms. I think it's going to take some time, absolutely. But it takes a conscious effort. Again, if you're reading or watching or listening something that takes away your hope from the future, or makes you feel, oh, hi, I'll be out in a second. I'm live streaming if you want to say hi. I've got some great people on here today. Oh, I have my bowl. The things I see, I do have my bowl. Ooh, I hit it the wrong way. Sorry. It's this. I have a little bowl today. Do you know anything about Bitcoin? No, I don't know anything about Bitcoin. I've heard of it, but I don't know anything about it. Energy Text Oil says, I don't know, but it seems like history's always repeating itself. Are you out of the country? I'm in Ontario, Canada here, reporting live from Ontario, Canada. I am a Canadian. Yeah, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. But I think that at any point, like, we think we can't make a difference, but we can. We can make a difference in our own lives, and that has a ripple effect with everyone around us. It just takes a conscious effort, and it takes daily. It's almost like you have to brainwash yourself into realizing, no, there is still good in the world. There is positivity. I just have to direct my energy and focus in that direction. Learn about the brain, learn about human biases. I can write a list of some of the stuff that I had to train myself to understand and learn, so I can catch myself when I'm in a negative thought loop, how to redirect it. It's taken me years and years and years, and I still have a ways to go. But I would love to share all those tips with you. Thank you. Look, the things I see is going to be exploring nearby areas in your local area starting next week. Good. Set a commitment to record something every day, even if it's quick. Don't think too much of it. You don't need to be perfect hair. You know, my gray's starting to show again. The truth is, my gray hair shows up every like 2 weeks. And I'm okay with it. It's a sign that I'm alive and I'm above ground. So let's see. That's what I'm saying, though. People are being targeted and killed. Yeah, that CEO and the loser that did that mass shooting, and then that speaker. It is crazy. It feels like this government will fall. I mean, I don't disagree with you that these things are crazy. I wonder if there are equally great things happening in the world that the news never highlights. Our feed never highlights that. The news never highlights. I have never seen, an emergency story on the news that was good. It's never good. It's never, ever, ever good. They say if it bleeds, it leads, something like that. Imagine if it bleeds, it leads. I mean, I don't want to blame the media for making them turn people against each other, but I do find that the media back in the day when I was younger, it was supposed to be non-biased. It was supposed to be just sharing stories, and then you decide how you feel about it. But now, depending on which channel you watch, you're going to get sort of biased content that's going to feed into the narrative of that network, of that channel. And it'll tell you who to vote for. It'll tell you who to hate. And it'll only highlight stories of the absolute worst kind in the opposite party. So for me, I stay out of politics completely. I don't know anything about left and right or blue and green or whatever the situations are. It's too much. Yeah. Hi, neighbor. Yeah, we are neighbors. Absolutely. Oh, honestly speaking, no bulls, just speak freely. Yeah, absolutely. Um, let's see. I thought about cycling back in my life. 10 years. Oh, great. I'm glad that you're cycling now and that you found something that you love. That's a great tip too. Find the things that you like. Is it painting? Is it drawing? Is it singing? Is it dancing? Is it being in nature? Is it creating content? As adults, we kind of lose ourselves in the everyday lives of work and family and taking care of your home. Let's get back into what it is we loved as a kid and explore that. I like that. Oh, the roads don't respect the cyclists. I want you to be safe. I want you to be safe. Yes. People love to see fights and conflict, which is not cool. It's not cool. We shouldn't want to see fights and conflict. I think that's, again, something we need to train ourselves out of. Ryan B says, stop talking. Ooh. Well, I say stop watching. Okay. This is optional, Ryan B. Okay. Jay says, I hate people with top hats and pocket watches. Okay. Fair enough. And you're allowed to, we all have our preferences, right? I mean, none of us are the same. So that's really important. Jay, possible. A new Rome always peaks at 200 years and then falls after 400 years. I hope we don't fall. We do need to unite and change our thinking. Yes, absolutely. Unite and change our thinking. I think it's okay that people have differences of opinions. I don't know when thinking differently than somebody else became a crime or became so terrible that you couldn't be friends or something with them. Ryan B says, is it acceptable to crank one out whenever I watch Matrix Reloaded? I don't know, Ryan B. That's up to you to decide, my friend. Is it acceptable? I'm not sure. It depends what we're talking about here. And guess what? What I say isn't necessarily the truth either, right? It's whatever you think. It's whatever you think. Is it acceptable to crank one out? Sure, why not? Content Gamer says hi. Folks, I'm really, really grateful for this interaction today. I feel like, again, this was a heavy week. Okay, Ryan B. Ryan B's got to step away for a moment. He's going to watch Matrix Reloaded, if you know what I mean. I like the lightheartedness, I like, even if we have a difference of opinion, I feel like I'm somebody that can debate because I don't take things personally. If you think something differently than I do, I won't dislike you for that. And I won't get too upset either. We're all entitled to our own emotions. When does this stream end? Well, you want to end it now? Okay, it's going to end shortly because I got to go out. Oh, yo mama says, hi, you're beautiful. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate your kind words. And I appreciate debating. I appreciate your perspectives, hearing how you're feeling. No, content gamer says, no. Okay, I'm just going to stay here forever. I'm going to take you with me on my long drive. I got an hour drive. So, yeah, but I'm glad you're here. And like I said, folks, remember, we don't want the world to think like us. We don't want the world to be like us. If everyone thought like me and acted like me, this would be really boring and I wouldn't learn from anything. It would just be an echo chamber, as they say, just the same things regurgitating back. It would be very boring. We need a little spice in our life. We need people that challenge our viewpoints respectfully, right? And we should be able to respect each other during that time and know that we're all human. We all want to be happy. We all want to be healthy, and we all want that for our loved ones. I think that's safe to say. I think we've come a long way from Roman times, or at least we should be by now. Yes, obviously we haven't. Wars are still being fought, yeah, for lands. Yeah, I'm not sure if you agree, or targeting. I don't get war. I don't get fighting. I don't understand violence. I don't understand hate. I don't understand racism. I don't understand any of it. I feel like I'm so focused on my own life and love and just trying to do the best I can with my own family and trying to grow as much as I can and then do something on a bigger scale to serve others that I don't get any of that stuff either. And I don't know how to answer that. Wars are never going to stop. I hope that's not true, the things I see. But again, remember, love's not going to stop. Forgiveness isn't going to stop. Hope and possibility, we can hang on to that. They say there's been more millionaires now than ever, just with this Wi-Fi, with the internet. We can learn, you know how much stuff I learned about the brain and how to work and understand my brain to the point where I've shifted my thoughts and my actual life because of the internet, because of Wi-Fi, because of the library. There's a lot of good resources. Let's just make a deal to spend our energy on that, right? It's about abundance, affirmations, and positivity. Yes, for sure, for sure. And compassion and understanding of others and being okay with thinking differently than another person. We cannot all be the same. It would be boring. Jay, it's hard to say. Maybe it's the end. Check all the boxes. Rumors of war. Oh, wow. River drying up. Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, it's time to master love and forgiveness. Yeah, right. Be right with God. Be peaceful. And yeah, World War III. Gosh, wouldn't that be awful? We don't want that. We don't want that. But remember, us as a population and us as consumers of the media and content, we have a choice. We have a choice to see others with a lens of divisiveness or with a lens of understanding that maybe, like, I don't agree with what they think, but they grew up a different way than I did. And they had different parents than I did. And we should never forgive, violence or bad behavior, but thoughts and ideas that are different from ours, that's okay, folks. That's okay. Yeah. And we have more power than we think. That's how I'll close this live stream, to remind you that you have more power than you think. Don't ever feel powerless. You're not powerless. Remember, what we focus on expands. So if you're focusing on the bad news and the tragedies of the world, it's going to feel huge and massive and just suck all your hope away. But if you are focusing on possibilities, stories of hope, remember, if you see somebody succeeding on your social media, they're doing well, or they have something that you want, you need to remind yourself it means it's possible for you too. So when I see like fit older women, I don't go, oh God, I'm never gonna live to look like that or something. I just feel like it reminds me that it's possible for me too, When I see someone, if they're promoted or doing well, it reminds me that it's possible for me too. So please reframe your thinking. That's been the biggest one for me, is reframing my thinking. Instead of victim mentality, I reframe it as, yeah, okay, it's possible for me, or I can learn that too. I've got the internet. I could figure it out. I've shared on this channel that I created an ebook and I paid a company to edit it, create the cover, because I'm not technical. Although I'm not saying that anymore. I'm saying that I'm learning to be technical. And I wasn't able to put it on Amazon Kindle or anything. And these guys came back for weeks of editing and fixing it with more mistakes. And I finally had to like ask for my money back. And now I got to figure out how to create the cover, do the formatting to put it on Amazon Kindle, because clearly I can't pay these people to do it. And it taught me something about myself. It taught me that you can say all your life that you're not a technical person, but is that serving you? Is it going, I'm not technical, I can't figure it out? Is that serving me? No, it's not. So I'm going to become a technical person. And maybe content gamer, you sound like you know what you're doing. Maybe you could help me. It's true. Focus on what's good. Yeah. But in some moderation and reality, yeah, ignoring the problem. Of course not. Of course not. Absolutely. And I hope that that's not the impression I gave. I don't believe that we should ignore the problem. I do feel like we should focus on solutions, but there's always problems to look at, folks. Always. There'll never, ever not be a problem that we can focus on. So we do have to be mindful of where we spend our time and energy. That's what but never ignoring. I'm not an ignorer. I'm a solutions-based person. I think as the human race, we shouldn't be here anymore. Oh, not enough kindness, too much greed. It's either going to be, it's either going to bleed out the earth, or we, yeah, dry up and die. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, look, Content Gamer wants me to do my live stream outside. Yes, I will, for sure. Let's hope for a miracle. Let's create that miracle. Let's create the miracle of hope and kindness. And then when we are in rooms of people and they are complaining or talking about sadness and tragedy, let's slowly try to be the light in that room. If each of us did that, like I said, we have a ripple effect. So let's try to be the light and say, you know, like, what did we learn from this? Or how, or share something vulnerable. Share a story of a hardship or tragedy that led you to a new understanding. I've shared on this channel, I used to work with two people that were really, really, really negative, and the stuff that came out of their mouth was horrible, and they treated me personally very well. But being in that environment, I thought I was meant to bring hope and positivity, but I realize now in hindsight, it was meant to teach me something about people and the brain and understanding. And it led me to books, podcasts, libraries, learning about neuroscience. And from being in a room full of negative people, it taught me how to be more positive, and it taught me what I needed to focus on and do. I'm hoping for a miracle too. No more violence, absolutely. Yes. Hey, Jeff Kendall, nice to meet you. Think positive, be positive, and stay positive. Of course, we can. Because remember, there will always be negative things to focus on, folks. Always, always, always. In our workday, in our family life, in the way we're feeling, in the weather, and then obviously on a bigger scale with these natural disasters and violence. But there's so much good too that we could focus on. And I really do encourage you to do that. And take the intentional practice of upgrading your algorithms. I'm going to do hey, Krish, I'm going to do, what's it called? Like a screen recording of my YouTube, like what comes up on my feed. So you guys can see what comes up. And then you'll know that everyone's feed is different. And some of us, like I literally use my feed, as Dan Martell says, to feed my mind. And it's been incredible. Jay says, I see so much negativity, hunger, hate, racism, greed, war. Yes. Yeah. Okay, Content Gamer, I'll see you next time. Okay. And yeah, Jay, absolutely. But again, like I said, there's a lot of good in the world. We just have to direct our energy and our algorithms and our focus and our conversation on that. So I'm getting a message. I gotta head out. Oh, Miss Cupid's here. I'm not sure, Content Gamer, when the next live stream is. We're going out again tomorrow to an event. So I'm gonna figure it out, and I'm gonna come up with a set schedule. Hello, allo, Jello Pro says. I'm so glad you're here. Here's my singing bowl. Let's say an affirmation that I am focusing my mind on possibility. I am focusing my mind on possibility. I am focusing on possibility. Hello. I do encourage you to focus on hope, possibility, love, kindness. And if you were in a room full of people saying negative things, maybe you are meant to be the light. So go be that light, folks. I do remember you, Miss Cupid. How can I get notifications for the next live? I think if you subscribe to my channel, there's like a little bell at the top right, and then you can turn on your notifications. Because I would love to see you here next time. This has been, I think, my longest live stream ever. I'm so grateful for your insights, for being vulnerable, for sharing your thoughts, some silly things, some serious things. And that's what life is. It's a little mishmash of everything, right? So thank you. I'm truly, truly grateful for you. And I'll